Hey guys, it's Silver, and welcome back to Gaming in the Grove. And today we're doing something more transportation related. We're going to be taking a ride through Derail Valley, exploring all the derailing Valley has for us. Yes, I'm saying that all wrong, but I don't care. Actually, I kind of do, but anyway. So I've actually just finished the tutorial because they kind of make you, which I'm not upset with because yeah, it's a good thing to have done. Essentially, how you start the locomotive is do those three buttons, turn the little switch here, and this puts us into reverse. I have to go backwards. Throw this all the way to the right, that releases the locomotive brake, and away we go. This is a lot faster than, say, me doing a step-by-step tutorial, but that's because the game itself does that for you if you get in here. By the way, yes, this is a VR title. There is two different options for VR, and there is an option to play it in non-VR, which is how I'm doing it now. So the way I'm doing it now is with mouse and keyboard. Be warned, this game is not going to ever work for console. This is absolutely going to be a PC-only game, be it for VR or otherwise. For VR, it would be much easier to just take your hands and grab the levers, pull and thrust and all that. But because I don't have a VR headset right now, I'm doing it all by mouse, which means a lot more moving around, throwing switches and buttons, and having to remember hotkeys and all that fun jib-jab stuff. So right now we're actually on a mission. Where is it? There's my map. Uh-oh. There it is. We're picking up 4 freight cars to take them to the harbor town from the steel mill. So they're on... Okay, we're gonna have to just stop outside here and then go find them. Hopefully they're not over there, because if so, we're really in trouble. Gonna just let our locomotive coast for a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Pass the switch. Throw the brake. I'm actually gonna throw it all the way. And no matter what, we gotta bring this little button out here. Change the switch. Alright. Now, which one of these is heading... I bet you it's this one. Alright. Easiest way to tell is change the page, which is rolling up and down on your mouse button. The middle mouse button. So we're looking for cars CFF689. This is not it. 220, still not it. Nope, none of these cars are what I'm looking for. Alright, how about these ones? 40. How about these ones? 036. 036 is not here. This is like a bad game of bingo. B55. B55. Anyway. Oh, 689, 689, there we are, there's our little train. Okay, so now we need to go get our locomotive, pull it all the way through the yard, and then pull it back here and grab these cars. Simple job. Just gonna get rid of that. Also, you may notice, it's really snowy here. That's not normal. Because it is the holiday season, and because it is winter pretty much half the world. They have added in snow to Derail Valley to kind of give it a nice festive taste. But that does mean come the end of the festive season, the snow will be gone, replaced by green grass and beautiful trees. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I think it is wonderful to sometimes have a season every once in a blue moon. Now, I would much prefer it if they had it built into the game so that it would slowly go through the seasons after, I don't know, 30 in-game days. That'd be kind of cool, like Stardew Valley or something, where 30 in-game days is a season. gives you 30 in-game days to kind of enjoy each season, and could have multiple different kind of troubles and issues with each of them. But I'm not the developers. I know they're adding a whole bunch of new features, and they did a very interesting kind of, I don't want to call it a program, but it was essentially a reward system. If you got the word out about the game, and if you could convince people that you maybe help them out, buy their album. They actually put out an album for this game with a whole bunch of like game-related music and stuff, and it's really cool. It's really cool, and I highly suggest you come checking them out, because they're a small indie developer, and they are doing amazing things here. Both for a VR title as well as without VR. Like, this is kind of amazing in my mind to be a game that you can switch back and forth from. If you don't want to get out your headset and put everything on, you could just play this game without the VR headset. And that's awesome to me. I don't have a VR headset. I don't have the money for one right now. But I have this game, so if I do ever get one, I could just... I have a VR game now. If I were to ever get one, I would just suddenly have a VR game. And yeah, and I know some YouTubers who have played this before, and they have absolutely raved about the VR experience, and I'm kind of here to be more of a... Nope, wrong one. There we are. Alright, just gonna throw that into reverse, turn the brake off, and send us backwards. Now, where we're heading is actually a bit further. Wrong map. There we are. We're heading over to the harbor town. As you can see, where that blue little cursor is there in the middle. If I just turn, you'll notice that the arrow's turning. That is us. We're heading over to the right there, to the harbor town. I actually haven't seen this map since they updated it. They mentioned that the map had been kind of out of updates in the last few weeks. They've updated it to be more reflective of the actual map. Much nicer. Much nicer. Alright. Enough of that. Where we need to go is... There's harbor. I don't think we'll have to worry about that. Harbor Town. Uncouple on G51. G51. Like I said, bingo. A, B, C, E. There's page G. And we're looking at not 51, 5I. Alright, how do we get the 5I? Cool, we're going to be coming in from that W when we get to the harbor, so... Ooh, wrong button. Locomotive's just going to roll right on back. 5, 4... Oop, wrong, missed it. Okay. Brakes off. Gonna just give it a little bit of goose. Turn that off. Cool. Probably didn't need to do that brake that hard. Anyway, so now we crouch down here. Take the coupler, do the thing, hit the thing, connect it to there, and throw the levers. Cronk. Anyway, wrong thing. Anyway. Alright, now we're all hooked up, we're all ready to go, and let's just, well, do what we have to. Alright. Good news is we now have a train behind us, which means this over here is going to be able to control the brakes on all the cars. Downside, if I didn't hook up this wire back here, that cable there, that would mean there'd be no air pressure going to the rest of these cars. Now, we just gotta make sure... Nope, wrong one. My goodness, I keep hitting all the wrong buttons. Alright. So we're gonna go left through the first switch, left through the second switch. Well, we're not gonna care about that. Second actual switch that we care about at the words. It's at the top of a hill, essentially. So we're gonna turn left, and then we're gonna turn left again. Turn right. Then left. We'll worry about it when we get there. Hear the floorboard squeaking and all. So, one other thing to give you as we're kind of moving away in our train of heavy steel rails is behind us. These signs that say 7 and 10, those are the speed limit signs. But it's not 10, whatever the speed unit is, it's 100. It's not 7, it's 70. So, kilometers per hour, there we are. Whenever you pass one of those, you have to keep in mind that it is not 7, it is 70 kilometers. So as long as you don't go above 70 kilometers in this section, you won't derail, is the hope. So right now what I'm using is I am doing a right click on my mouse, and it allows me to zoom in further so I can see further away. Very good for when, trying to see those pesky speed signs or the switch designations up ahead on some track. Gonna give it a little bit more to go because we have a hill coming up and we kinda are not picking up speed fast enough for the hill. And I do not remember there being another locomotive back there, so we could double head this. We're getting a little bit of wheel slip here, but just put on some sand and that should help get a little grip. By the way, if that temperature gets all the way to the red there, that will cause our locomotive to overheat and turn off. Not a good thing. We're trying to not do that. If we go over the speed limits, we could derail, which is a major thing to try and clean up. Oh, goodness me. That's how much sand we have left. That's how much fuel we have left. Oil, I don't know, because I don't remember that gauge being there, so that's new. Brake reservoir, that shows how much our brakes, not power, but how much pressure is in the brake pipes, so that when we turn them on, the air brakes do turn on. If these were at 0, we would be in trouble, and we would not be going down any hills, because that would mean we are now a bobsled. Hello to the bottom. We are not winning for the Olympic gold games. Anyway. Switch coming up. This is why I am not the sniper. Aha! I win! Because now we go left. We don't cross the river. We don't, no, cross the valley. We go left. I keep hitting 4 and I mean to hit 5. Alright, we've started heading into that yellow area, which I kind of suspected because this is a very heavy train heading up an uphill location. And it's never good. So, gonna back off the speed a little bit. I think we're heading downhill now. I'm not sure. Worry about that later. Can I reorganize? Have that be 5? Nope. So this is 6. So yes, we are heading the right way. We just need to make sure the next switch, which is up here. Oh. I keep hitting all the wrong buttons. All the wrong buttons in the wrong places. Worn out faces. Alright. Just gonna coast now. We're going about 50. Hopefully that will be enough to let our locomotive cool off a bit. Because right now, yeah, like I said, we're heading towards that red, and that's never good. But also, all this freaking section is uphill. Because we're heading into the mountains. Alright, you gotta turn that off for now. Shoot, that says we're going uphill. Yeah, that shows which way we're going up. That shows that we're going up a hill, which I would rather we not. I feel like the silence is more scary than the motor itself. Good news is we're heading down the right track. We just need to get through this little valley here, and then we have another valley. The best I can think is we're either going to go around the edge over there, or that we're going to slowly start curving over into like a valley over here. I'm not sure. We're going to find out when we get there. Alright, we're no longer in the hot temperature area. Cool, we're about to start heading downhill. See how easy that was? You know, it's not frustrating at all. Ugh. I've actually never been through here with it with like all the dead trees and everything. So this is like really kind of cool because really get a good sense of, you know, what the landscape is like when, you know, it's not filled with trees everywhere. Alright, so now we're going to start heading downhill. So we're going to start picking up speed without the engine even. The question is, how bad are the tracks here? Because that looks like a lot of waving down here when we are closer to the harbor town. And if I have a good memory, which it's meh, that track gets really sharp downhill and gets really slow really fast because you get into a lot of areas with a lot of sharp curves that are very, can we say fly off the track? Alright, how far are we from the switch? Alright, so it looks like the switch is actually going to be over there about. Yeah, the switch is actually going to be over there. So we're going to the other side of this mountain here. Cool. By the way, there is a teleport button which is used for both VR and single player. You've already seen me use it once or twice. It's the F key on the keyboard. Also, if I wanted to make this more realistic, I could actually, you know, do that and then walk out. Which, by the way, I love that having that open makes it so much louder in the locomotive. Alright. We're going to try and speed up a bit because even though I'm not really caring because this is mission number 1, there is a time limit there. They want it done in 32 minutes, and I mean, I would too because I'm planning to do 2 of these for an episode. Look at the mountains, aren't they pretty? How close are we to the switch? Not that close. It's cold out there. Alright, gonna turn on the lights in the cab because even though there is no day-night cycle yet, if you get anywhere in the shadow, it gets kind of hard to see the dials. If you go in any tunnels, it gets really hard to see any of the dials. How close is the switch after this turn? That's my wallet. So 3 is the wallet, 4 is my switch turner. Around the curve we go! Where do we stop? I hope I know! Alright, I think that's part of the switch up there. This is the one I think it is. It's partly on a bridge. Oh, it's not the one I'm thinking of. Cool. Let my engine cool off a bit. Nope, but it goes straight into a tunnel. There we go. As we're going out of tunnel, I'm turning on the lights. Why is this track much more accepting than that track? I can see why, actually. That makes sense. Alright, now I have already kind of started getting us ready because I think this is all downhill now. I'm not sure. I do see our speed slowly rising. Actually, I take that back. That slowed us down really fast. We only need to get down to 40, but it took us way down past 40. Okay. Gone back up, so that little bit there was the only section that was 40 miles per hour. The question is, how many more times will we do that going forward? Hey, and welcome back. So, for those of you now catching up, speaking of, that's going to be all of you. Went through a few hell raising curves back there, and now we're doing it again. Oh no. I'm not hearing the telltale sound of, like, cars about to fly off the track, but still. They start making this interesting, like, buckling sound if they are about to fly off, so we're kind of lucky, but at the same time, I'm pushing the boundaries of some of this track. We are literally almost to the harbor now. You didn't miss out on much, but it was kind of weird looking and kind of boring, so I kind of was focused more on that and less on this. Man, look at that lake. Both horrifying and gorgeous. For a VR title, this is a really pretty game, but at the same time, I keep having to wonder how much more can they push the graphics engine? Because they keep pushing it a little bit more every few updates. Oh! Another switch. This time we need to go left. I can't see the sign! like 60. We're gonna pull off the, oh, hello, lag. That's weird. Oh, nope, nope, nope. .40 mph curve. Not what I thought I read. I thought I read 60. And looky there, we are at... Uh-oh. Hit the wrong button. We're at the harbor. Man, that would be horrible in real life. You just suddenly would teleport to places. Yes, we're at the harbor. The beautiful harbor. It's a very busy, bustling harbor. Only one issue. It's not doing much bustling. This game right now is made for single player. They are working on an AI component, which may involve more double tracking as well as signals and other trains. When they do that, I highly suspect they will also be reworking some of their missions to better reflect the new timing requirements and restraints. You can only go so fast when there's a train blocking your way. If anything, I highly suspect they'll probably move to more of a Euro Truck, American Truck Simulator type design. Alright, since we're here, I now need to pull this up. Left at the Roundhouse, straight, and right. Straight and then right, I guess. And then left. Straight, right, left. I keep saying the direction even though the track is not going to affect us. And then, now that I kind of know where we're going there. Page G. Straight, right, left. Got it. Look at all those locomotives. Look at them. I don't have a license to drive them, so I can just stare. There's also a steam locomotive in this game, but it requires all the other locomotives beyond yours require a license. So straight. So the first one, that little yellow thing that we're driving right now, is what you get. That's the first one you get, and then after that you have to pay for the licenses to drive the other ones. The steam locomotive is, I think, nearly the most expensive, and then the other diesel is a little bit less. So if I wanted to, if I really wanted to do like longer jobs right now, if I had the license to, I would just hook this locomotive and that locomotive up to pull longer trains. Or heavier trains. And then left. It's way down here. I almost was afraid we were going into a shed, and then I realized, no, we're going between the buildings. I think they've actually redone this area since I've been down here. There we are, and that should put us on the track Five Eye. Look at that! We've done it! We completed the first mission of, well, this episode as well as of this account. I actually had to restart my Derail Valley after some weird issues happened. So, you know, it was one of those things of, cool, I kind of wanted to do this anyway, so I guess I'm doing this now. Alright, now to complete the job, what we need to do is put the train into brake. I'm going to go ahead and turn everything off for now, because we don't need it yet. Oops. Something in the background does not like me right now. So we're just going to ignore that, because I believe it's still going. Alright, now we're uncoupled. The train is separated, so the cars are not here. Now I just need to go collect it. And where is that? Alright, we came in like this, so the station, the building is this way. Also, I'd like that for the holidays they gave this really nice, crunchy sound of walking on snow. There is also a run button, that's our shift key. But it's not as fast as, say, doing this. Alright. And there's the station master office, or the station office. Just gotta pull this out. And boom! We complete! We've moved the cars! I've got my money. They tell me well done. They tell me I didn't hurt the environment any. Well, not beyond the normal. Throw that in the trash and take my money. All right. So, oh look, a Christmas tree. Adorable. Now I need to pick up a second option, and we'll be right back. So, guys, I went through all the paperwork, and this entire table you may have noticed was filled with paperwork. Now this trash can is filled with paperwork. Essentially, all I have left, out of all those jobs, the only ones that I can potentially do with my starting license are these two. Which, funny note, are both heading to the same place. And technically, I won't lie, this would probably actually be a really good idea to take both of them. Big question though, can I? Yeah, so there's the steam locomotive. That's the the SH282 for 5,000. So actually, it's cheaper than the 200,000 required for the next diesel locomotive. So, not bad. Manual service is absolutely something you should not do for right now. That costs a lot of money. So unless you're doing much longer trips and much longer orders, do not do that. Multiple unit would also be very useful because that would allow me to hook up those multiple locomotives. Didn't know they now had a license for that, so that sucks. Shunting is a new option of a license we can grab, but I already threw all those away. Now, concurrent jobs is 10,000. That would allow me to pick both of these jobs at the same time. Train length, it would allow me to do some of those longer ones over there. Hazmat allows me the more dangerous ones. Military allows me to actually go do jobs for the military. Funny note, I didn't realize number 2 was so cheap compared to number 1 and number 3. That's kind of weird. And yeah, that's the licensing page. Fees is what you pay to repair your locomotive, get everything ready for it. If you press that button, it prints out actually a summary. The damage to the locomotive has been 802. I've used up $5,000 worth of resources and caused $100 of emissions. And now each page actually breaks down what all has been done. I've somehow damaged the wheels. Oh, damn. Engine's been a bit more rusty. I've used up a lot of fuel. And I can't actually, like... I can't take care of this normally. So... I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the trash. We're going to hit confirm. And because of my insurance at the moment, because it's so early in the game, I only have to pay $100. So I put my wallet down here. I hit confirm. And da-da! Now it was only $100 to refuel the locomotive and everything. As you get better in the game, it will start pushing you to get more licenses, and the more licenses you get, the higher that copay is. I actually don't know what the stats page is. Oh, look, it tells me how much money I have, and how many active jobs I have, and all that fun stuff. So, gonna go ahead and I'm going to grab the next job, which they're both the same. They're literally the same job. So, I'm gonna go with this one just because it's a blue, orange, and green, and that will probably be easier to find in the yard. It's on D30. Okay, where is D30? Yes, I need to know where D is, though. Okay. I see what I'm going to have to do. I'm okay with that. We're going to go grab the locomotive from where it is on track G. And we're going to pull around and pass the locomotive, past the train. And connect up to it. And then we're going to back the train out of it all the way over there. To then head towards our next donation. Our next destination. Wow. That's a tongue slip. Alright. Just gonna flip our switches. Now, one of the things I can do that I haven't been doing is I can just do that. Now, the map is there in front of me. And not to my inventory. I can do it with everything. Like this. Well, that's gone. Oh, nope, there it is. And while I was playing around, I missed all my braking opportunities. Cool. Now we're gonna head back. Now where we're heading, if I remember reading this right, is the goods factory in town. So that specifically is actually going to be way up here. Bad news for most of us though, this track makes a whole loop before getting there. So our option is either to take this track all the way up and over. I have an idea. No, we're going to go back up the track that we just came down, head through the steel mill, and then head over to the goods factory. Because this section here is like 70 to 80. And that will be much faster than trying to head up through all those mountains, dealing with all those curves at different speeds. We're just gonna head through the steel mill and over to the goods factory in town. That's how we'll do this. Got it. Now just to get to our train. You might see a jump cut now. Alright, we found the train, we got it all hooked up, and now we're just gonna back out of here and get this on the road. I have an idea. Like I said, we're just going to essentially back it up all the way to about the military base, and then we're going to essentially use the Y there to head back the way we came. That way we don't have to turn the locomotive around, and this way we don't have to turn anything around. We just simply use the track as is to go the direction we want to. It's almost like we're rewinding the episode, only the thing behind us is not what we came here with. Woo! Lasers! They go far! I'm betting people in real life would love having a tool like that, like going, got it. The Ultra TV remote, essentially. So the cars are essentially going to move into the base. I hope it allows me to do that. I've never done this. I'm hoping they don't stop me at the gate, that my cars can at least roll in there. Because if my cars can clear the gate, I can use the switch. If not, we're going to have to go forward and then back all the way up to the switch way over there. Alright. So you may notice that the locomotive is just slowly speeding up again. So what happened is, as soon as we got back there, the train got stopped automatically. Not even like the locomotive, but all the cars too. Just got stopped on a dime. Sent everything flying, so I've had to readjust my equipment in here. But, yeah. That kind of sucks. But, understandable. They don't want you going in there if you don't have stuff. And, you know, if you have a long enough train, you could just technically couple up to the train cars in there. But, still. It'd be nice if that Y would have worked. So what we're going to do is we're going to back up all the way to this switch back here, and we're going to use it as the Y, because that one won't allow us. So I'm going to try and get us moving faster, because we've wasted enough time here trying to get that to work. The only reason we don't do the whole run backwards is because I know that the locomotive heats up faster when you're backing up doing this type of stuff. The traction engine is much better suited to doing forward for this type of long haul. So since we're going to be going over a hill, kind of need to be going the other way. That uphill grade really did help us a bit. Because now we're going to slowly go through this switch, which I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to hit. There we go. There we go. Much higher speed going to the left than to the right. Interesting. What's over this way? Nothing. It's just pretty much the track connecting from the forest south to the harbor. Or from the sawmill to the harbor. Okay. Now we are going in the correct direction. Essentially, the track has already been set because we've already been this way. We're gonna head right through the steel mill where we last left off, and we're gonna head towards the goods factory. Even though we just came through here, it looks so weird going back through areas in the opposite direction. Like, there's that lake that I was talking about earlier. And then I started talking about the graphical quality of this game and how I really can't wait to see how far they push it. But it looks entirely different when you're coming out of the other direction. This entire thing does. This entire, like, valley all looks so different. And it's so amazing to me to know that one way or the other, you will always be able to see this world in a new light, be it the new landscape, the new weather, the new, the grass, everything. Which, by the way, I mentioned weather. I was meaning the snow and the greenery, the spring, summer, like, look. They are working on weather, but that is not yet anywhere near finished from what I've heard. Alright. Oof, that section was a 40-mile-per-hour section, I think. But the next section's a 70, so maybe I can push the engine to go a little bit faster. Even though I know there are many more 40 sections coming up. Like right there, there's a 50 section. But will we even get there? Because it's all up here. Unlike down the last time, we were going downhill. Now this is all uphill. So if we can even get the 50, that might be the worry. But at the moment, we'll just be lucky. That's kind of the good thing about the steam locomotive and the other diesel, is they're much more suited to going up these hills with longer trains. Now the downside is, there's a hill over here. You see that giant loop there? That is actually a very steep helix up. That would have been something we would have went down if we had took the trek up through the mountains. Now, the right side is, it's really pretty. It's a lovely drive, I think. Downside is, it's really steep, which means my steam locomotive that I was using the one time actually couldn't make it up the hill all the way. So I actually had an issue where my steam locomotive got stuck, and then I ran out of coal trying to get enough steam to get the locomotive to keep going up the hill. 40. I feel like that should be inversed. I feel like that curve should be able to take us 70 miles per hour. And never mind, it actually is a lot sharper when you get around the edge there. The good news is that means all the extreme curves are now done. That was the most extreme section of the track. For now, most of the sections are going to be 70 and more on our way over to the goods factory in town. Just look at that vista. I know that in the dev, there is like a dev menu that I could bring up and spawn trains. I don't tend to like doing that stuff because I like playing the game as is. I only tend to do it for like certain games after I played them a certain number of hours. It's undetermined what that certain number is. It's just I get the feeling after a while, okay, I've got my fun from the base game, now it's time for mods. And this is one that I've a tiny bit felt it. I've mostly felt it in the desire to get skins for my locomotives and all that, but otherwise I really haven't felt that. Speaking of, I haven't actually added any skins to this version of the game because this, as I mentioned earlier, is a new save, it's a new version. I had to uninstall and reinstall the game. So I haven't really had the kind of time or patience to install the mods yet to kind of do that. Maybe I'll do that later. We'll have to wait and see. Ah, no. Nuts. And there you have it. We have finally crossed over the top of that hill that we crossed earlier. And now our train will start picking up speed as we head down the hill. The heat's been getting a little bit high, but you know, gotta keep it there nicely. Gotta keep up the speed, especially since this is, I think, it's at 35 minutes or so. So, essentially, we gotta do the same trip that we did, except we gotta go farther than the steel mill. Yeah, essentially, this is gonna be a much tighter of a trip, I feel. But, you know, I won't lie, the snow definitely makes this feel nice and fresh. Sadly, you haven't seen what it looks like normally, so maybe in a few episodes you will. I'm not sure how long they plan to keep the snow up. So when an episode comes out where it's suddenly all green, you'll know. Alright, and we're back. We're back to the steel mill where we started, but a very different situation. We are now kind of just flying through, we're not even stopping, we're just gonna say hello and then goodbye. Our three little cars are right here behind us. Over there is the truck where we originally picked up our other train. Look, new cars have been brought over here. And kind of the trains have been reorganized around us. Though some of them do seem to still be here, so, you know, maybe someday we'll get them loaded up and taken out. Oh, looks like one of the locomotives over there has been changed out as well. Yeah, the speed through here is about 50, and then after that we head back onto the main track, and it looks like it speeds back up to 70, and goes from there. We're almost to the town. This is pretty much the midway point now before the goods factory. Here's hoping it's going to be a nice quick run, and we'll be there. I'm going to pick up some speed. Like I said, most of the section through here now is going to be 70 and 100 actually. So, the only thing I need to change now is this one. That's the tutorial area. That's actually where you come out of when you start the game. You have their entire tutorial there, and then afterwards, you kind of... I actually have never gone back there since, so... You know. Neat, but I kind of would like to have a use for it after the tutorial, maybe? Maybe that's just me. That's why it's all fenced in, so that the gate actually on the other end is locked so that you can't leave it without completing the tutorial. Unless you're in VR or otherwise. Alright. Alright, and enough of those lovely shots of the trains speeding by. We're actually about to head into the switch that leads to the goods village, which is a dead-end area, by the way. There is no way in and out of that. If you see that bridge over there, that bridge is actually going above the town. So, we've been making good time. My hope is that we can keep making good time. That was close. That was close. I won't deny that that was close. I heard the squealing. They've changed the sound of the derail, I think. Because that was not the sound that I remember hearing before, and it definitely is a lot more scary. Now the thing is, we need to make sure that we go through the town and through the platforms, because the section where this is found is all the way around at the end of the track. Essentially, the yard that we are heading to is going to be at the far end. I think if I look on the map here, let's zoom in. Yeah, so notice how there's kind of like a U-turn almost behind all those buttons, the little dots and everything. Yeah, that U-turn is where we're heading, to the bottom of that U-turn next to essentially the bridge. I don't know if you can actually see it from here. No, it doesn't look like you can see it that well. The end of the track is right over there next to one of those tall buildings. So that's where we're heading. But first we have to head through the entire town and the entire little area. This looks so weird. Because normally you are so covered in trees, you can't see the bridge that well. You can't see any of that well. So the fact that it's winter and there's like no leaves on any of the trees, it kind of makes this entire area a lot more visible than I'm used to. Because the trees hide a lot of the view distance. It also looks very nice, but because of how it is set up, yeah, you don't see a lot. Alright, so when we get in 5-1. Yeah, so it's the track to the right of the middle one. Alright, our device is out, ready for any switching. I'm gonna do this. Because this will put us on the outside loop, passing by all the other tracks over there. So it'll essentially send us all the way around. Won't lie, I saw that car and I was kind of like, uh-oh. So we're just going to fly through the platforms here, which, by the way, there are no passenger operations at the moment. Kinda can't wait till there are, because I'd like to be able to take my try at some passenger operations. Now we're going to connect back up. We're going around. Can I lose that from my hand? Gonna go through at a much lower speed now because we need to go. Through 1, 2, and which one is it? Right side. So straight, right, left. Straight. Let's see if I can aim. Right. Left. There we go. And there we go. We're literally pulling in to finish off this job, and that has essentially been our first 2 jobs in Derail Valley. So, just going to turn this in, make sure I got it in time. I think I did. I'm not sure, but I think I actually may have done it under time. Go ahead and turn it off, put this back in our inventory. Go ahead and get rid of that for now though. Gonna do that differently this time. Actually going to uncouple those and put this over here, or not. You are going to go on this hook. Okay, whatever. By the way, this was the device that allows you to control multiple units at once. I see now that it has a multiple units license requirement on it, so... Now, if I remember correctly, the station office for here is over here. Yeah, I see it right there. Just do some jumping. And... boom. Ah! I did it in 46, so I just missed the bonus. Oh! I damaged the car some. That must have been from where the cars got backed up. Because I hit that area really hard and it must have caused damage. So be careful about that. Even if you don't mean to, you can sometimes accidentally damage the cars. Yeah. Ugh. You can pay this fee as a career manager. Cool. So instead of taking it out of my things, there's a fee now I have to pay. Confirm. That one. So thankfully, cool. No new fees here. So all the fees got paid. Cool. All right. So this is Silver here. As you see, we have went from... oh, wow, this is the old map, I think. No, it looks updated mostly. We went from the steel mill to the harbor town, back all the way through the steel mill to, not the oil well, the goods factory in town where you can see a little red flag. As I mentioned earlier, it's a holiday theme still, so all of this snow, I do not know if the next episode will have it. Who knows? The winter might go away between episodes. We'll have to wait and see. I was kind of hoping to do more in it, but if not, that's alright. So, till next time, guys, this is Silver, and this has been Gaming in the Grove. And this has been Derail Valley, to be specific, for the game. Yeah, outros. I'm kind of weird at them. Can't you tell?